The world doesn't seem to care that you exist, that only you can help yourself and get out of this hole. Make them know who you are.
To be honest, I'm not sure how to make this video. I mean, I've made over 80 videos on AI agents, Voiceflow, technical builds, but I guess I never told you about my story, and I think that's a mistake. That was me back in December 2024. I graduated from Oxford with a master's degree in maths. I got a job into the Big Four, good stable income. I should be happy, right? But here was me just stressing the f out from my job and my professional exams and trying really hard to make it. This is December 2025. We have partnered with almost 46 different companies. I'm leading also a team of really talented AI experts. And I finally understand what I'm supposed to do with my life. This is how it all happened. So I grew up in Hong Kong, moved to the UK to study abroad in a boarding school. And there I was kind of always the nerd, like the kid who wanted to understand how everything worked, like science, maths, systems. I was obsessed. So when it came to university, I went to Oxford to study maths. I then got my master's in maths and deep learning. I thought I was on the path, right? Research, academia, publishing papers, it was kind of my jam back then. But then something hit me hard. I remember I was sitting in the dorm just basically doing another paper. I think it was 11 PM at night and I was like, what am I actually doing in my life? Don't get me wrong, the research and all the stuff were intellectually interesting, but I felt like I was hiding from something, from doing something, and publishing papers that 10, 20 people in the world that actually read and give a f about, solving problems that might only exist in theory, but I wanted to build something real, like something in the real world. So I left academia, became a data analyst at the corporate job. And to be honest, I kind of hated it. The people there were nice, the work was fine, but every day just felt the same, and I'll wake up, do my tasks, go to the gym, go back home, but I wasn't building anything. And I wasn't creating anything from scratch. I was just kind of existing. And then I heard from somewhere that I just couldn't shake. One day you're gonna have kids and your kid's gonna ask you, Dad, what did you do with your life? And I didn't want to say I worked at a company and I just did what I was told, essentially. I wanted to say I built something real from scratch. It was hard and I struggled a lot. I created something that actually mattered, that people actually want. I just didn't know what that something was back then. So I took in some video editing, like the side hustles. But then, this happened.
There's an online bot.
I'm known as ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
A lot of people don't understand the enormous value of GPTs.
A viral sensation that could completely reset how we do things.
But I didn't jump in straight away. I watched, I experimented, I tried to understand what this actually meant. Because I spent years in deep learning research, I knew the theory, but this is different. This was AI that everyday people would use. This is what normal businesses would actually build with. So I immediately called my best friend, who I also went to school in the UK with, Champion, who's also the co-founder of Legacy AI right now. Like me, he's also trying to build something from the ground up. And we knew right away, this is the opportunity to jump straight into. And then I discovered a bunch of tools through, I think, one of Liam Ollie's video, talking about how different AI solutions that can be built for different businesses. And one to really stick out to me, and it was Voiceflow. It seems so intuitive, but yet it's such a powerful agent builder. So I just started building on it. And I first built my AI chatbot project, which is actually a WhatsApp study coach, which is for free for a client. And for the first time since leaving Oxford, I felt that spark again. Actually like an excitement from building something that works in real time, that actually works with real clients. So for 2 months, I would start learning and building with this tool. And then this happened.
Now it's time to announce the winner. Okay, so the winner of our competition.
Basically, Voiceflow just announced they are doing a Voice AI hackathon. So I entered the Voiceflow Voice AI competition. And in the end, I built a Voice AI interviewer, which is an agent that can screen CVs and conduct personalized job interviews. And I just looked away and 2 weeks straight after work, tried to make this work. And in the end, I won. But here's what I didn't realize at the time. The competition itself wasn't the achievement, it was just the beginning. I'm also now an official Voiceflow certified expert from the Voiceflow team, which I'm really grateful with. But winning the competition is one thing. But then I realized I actually got this confidence inside of me that, hey, maybe I can actually do something. And that realization is kind of led me to everything that what came next. Winning the competition was actually the easy part. The hard part was actually figuring out what to do next. I still had my data analyst job at the Big Four, stable income, right? Comfortable life. But I couldn't stop thinking about what if I was just a little bit braver. And I kept asking myself, do I want to be safe or do I actually want to go all in into this? And for months, I was living two lives. The data analyst by day, AI wannabe entrepreneur by night. I finish work, go to the gym, go home, spend some time learning Voiceflow, building some demos, reaching out to some clients. My friends and colleagues thought that was crazy because I was just in the office till like, I think it was 11 p.m., even 12 at night sometimes. And my family was obviously concerned because they were like, you got such a great job. Why would you ever want to leave that? But I just couldn't let it go. Because every time I built something new and every time I saw someone else in this field doing something awesome, like I could be them. There's literally nothing stopping me from becoming one of them. This is going to change everything that business is going to work in the next 5 years as well. It's going to be really impactful and I want to be part of that. So I made the decision and I quit the job. I moved back to Hong Kong, give myself 2 months to figure out if this could actually work. And I started making YouTube videos, not because I thought I'm going to blow up, but because I need to force myself to keep learning. So every video was basically me trying to figure out something in real time, like tutorials, different AI agents, how to build them, just documenting the entire journey. And I hustled, code outreach, LinkedIn messages, showing demos to everyone who watched. Most people don't want to watch it, but a few saw what I saw. And then I got an introduction and an email that kind of changed everything. A restaurant chain with over 200 locations and doing $250 million in annual revenue, they actually reach out and they'd be like, hey, we have a problem. Their catering business was basically not up to standard. And the customers would call, they got put up to hold. They talked to someone who didn't really understand the menu and the complexities, and they get frustrated and confused, and the customers just hang up. And they were losing like tens of thousands, if not more, dollars in catering every day. So I got in touch with the prospect, and what we did was build an AI agent that can capture every single catering orders. We'll take orders in English, make recommendations based on the customer's preferences, and then send them an invoice for both the kitchen and the customers 24/7 automatically. And also after that, things start moving fast. I also got noticed from my videos and I started partnering with one of the world's largest traveling agencies and build them basically a holiday recommendation agent that could match the customer's preferences with the perfect retreat based on the unique situation. And I also reached out and start working with an AI avatar company, integrating our conversational AI brain to their video technology. Also worked with a couple of education companies, real estate firms, premium pet grooming services as well. And every project honestly taught me something new. And I started seeing a pattern, is that every single one of these businesses has built their reputation on some sort of personal relationship. For example, the restaurant owner who would remember your favorite dish, the holiday coordinator who remember your preferences and therefore recommends you the right experience, and the pet groomer who knows your dog's anxiety. But as they grew, that personal touch became kind of impossible to maintain, and more customers just means more overwhelmed staff, more missed calls, more generic interactions, and the growth was killing what made them special. And that's the problem that I realized I was solving. So not generic of like, oh, how do we automate customer service like everyone else? But it's like, how do we keep businesses, their soul, their customer experience while they scale? That's the big problem that I'm trying to solve. I mean, my YouTube channel started growing, but not because I was some guru, but because I'm actually showing the real work, the real tutorials, the builds, the client projects, the lesson that I was learning, and people started reaching out, not just to watch, but to work together. So I moved back to the UK. I was like, this is something that I could work with. So I need to start proper operation. And I realized if I'm going to do this right, I can't do this alone. So I started building a team. Here's what no one really tells you about getting your first clients is that the work doesn't get easier, it actually multiplies. Because my day would actually look like this. At 9 a.m. I got a client call, and at 10 a.m. trying to work on some projects, like actually building it. And then at noon I would have like a new client discovery call that's just booked a call for me. And at 2 p.m. I would start debugging a project. And then 4 p.m. I got another client call. And then 6 p.m. trying to manage all the different projects. And then at 8, 9 p.m. finally sit down and I can actually start working and planning something again. I was actually spending like almost half the time talking about the work and half the time doing the work. And then one night I would just sit in my desk at 2 a.m. trying to fix a bug that should not have existed in the first place. And I just thought, I'm not building a business, I'm building a job for myself. I quit my 9 to 5 because I wanted to build something, to create something. But here I was kind of stuck in this client delivery, project management, and putting out fires. I wasn't really working on the business, I was working in the business. And the worst part, I wasn't making any content. The YouTube videos that basically brought me so many clients, I didn't have time for them anymore. Which means that the pipeline was going to dry up, which means that I have to work even harder to find new clients. And I was in a death spiral, and I knew it. So I made a decision. If I was going to scale this thing, I was going to build something real, I needed to stop being the bottleneck. So I needed a team, not just developers, but people who could actually own what they're doing and be part of the family. So I brought on 4 really talented developers. I also hired a project manager who would handle a lot of the client communication, manage the developers and keeping the developers on track, hired a video editor, because if the content was the engine of the business, I need to make more of it, not less. And I couldn't do that if I just spent 4 hours editing every single video. And you know what happened? It starts to work. More videos, more views, more clients, better delivery. And by the end of 2025 now, we are a team of 8 people. And I genuinely like working with them, each owning their own domain, each brought into their own expertise. So why am I doing all this? Like, of course, unlike some people on the internet, I'll be completely honest to you, to make a lot of money. But I always believe that money is just a byproduct of the value you delivered to the world. If it doesn't solve real problems or real businesses, I don't make money. Like, simple as that. And AI is going to transform every single business coming into 2026. This is not even a question anymore. The question is who gets left behind. The big corporations, they'll be fine. They've got budgets, teams, resources. But the small to kind of mid-sized brands, the family-owned restaurants, the service businesses that built on relationships, they're the one at risk. But not because AI is too expensive, but because they don't know where to start. They don't have time to learn new tools, they don't have the team to build this stuff, and they're terrified of losing what makes them special, with all the hypes going on. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm making these videos, that's why I'm building this team with me. Also why I spend 1,000 hours learning and mastering these tools and how to deliver AI solutions. Because I believe the AI revolution should benefit everyone, not just the tech giants, not just some venture-backed startups. And I think that's a pretty good reason to keep going. And obviously I'm not going to pretend that I've made it, because I have achieved maybe 10% of what I've hoped to achieve, and this is really still early. And I really hope that when I make the same video Christmas next year, I'll be in a completely different space to where I am right now. And I'm going to look back at this video and I'm going to be like, wow, that's a lot of progress that we made. And if I have to end this video with one quote, it will be, take the first step, trust the process, and the rest will come in time.